Welcome to Married to Movies. Industry insiders John Russell and Tracy Kring live and work happily in cinematrimony. They're sharing behind-the-scenes adventures of writing, producing, and appreciating films.
Good morning, babe.
Good morning, babe. How you doing?
You know, I'm so happy. I was looking for something, an SD card,
Okay.
which my house used to be full of SD cards.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of irrelevant now.
Right.
And I opened up a box I haven't looked in years, and I found the match to several of my earrings.
Oh, that's great.
Somehow I had split these pairs up.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 3 of my favorite pairs of earrings, and I love these little idea ones, the
They're
little
very cute.
light bulbs.
Exactly.
We were going through some other issues professionally, and you said, you know, we just need to take a minute and really appreciate the quality of our problems.
That's true. The quality of our problems. I'm not one of those people who's like, that's not a problem. That's an opportunity. Why are you thinking of things as problems? No, there are things that are problems. They have to be solved. They have to be figured out. Like,
well,
if you were doing, calculus. Yes.
They call math problems.
Yes, they are. They're problems.
My brother climbs boulders,
Mm-hmm.
and all of the things they do are called problems.
They are called problems.
Because it's about solutions.
Right. It's about like, what is the best way to
Figuring.
figure this out, to my benefit and to my safety. And I was saying that we have a great quality of problems right now.
Well, the quality of our problems has gotten better.
Yeah,
We're struggling.
These are good problems to have.
We're struggling with better problems now.
We have friends who are, because of what's happening in this country with the tariffs and with the administration, and they're losing their jobs.
Yeah.
We have like 3 friends that are currently losing their job.
Yeah, things are getting eliminated, cut back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's a tough problem.
A problem. I want to do anything I can to help people, you know, especially like if you're in my circle, you become
the resume queen.
I'll make you damn resume. Just like send me your info. I'm going to make you a kick-ass resume.
Absolutely. Because that makes a really big difference, especially with the AI now. That AI is reading people's resume and going, okay, we'll put these in the quality of, these people are worth, showing to the actual humans.
Right.
And all of these people are not worth showing to the actual humans. I'm not going to be able to get you a job, but you won't not get this job because your resume wasn't up to snuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, like, that's the least you can do for people who, are going into uncertainty.
Jesus said, whatever you do for the least of these, you do unto me. And sometimes it's not necessarily, people who are down, but what's the least that you can do for a person? Mm-hmm. The thing that you don't think is a big deal, the thing that you don't think makes a difference, that little thing can make all the difference in the world to somebody else.
If you can take an hour or two and help somebody, you have to.
That's true.
I just feel like you must.
That's right. If you are aware of the situation, and sometimes I'm like, I wish I wasn't aware of this.
I wish I didn't know.
I wish I didn't know about this because now I'm going to have to do something about it.
Well, you're responsible for the information.
That's what they mean by ignorance is bliss.
Yeah. You're not responsible for
You're
anything.
not responsible. Exactly. But once you are responsible, once you've been told, once you have the information, you have a responsibility to do what you can.
If you want help with that, I'll help. I saw this thing that I thought was a really cool idea. A group of women would get together on Zoom and everybody would support each other in doing the thing that they hated to do or didn't want to do or were avoiding to do.
Right.
And I would love to do that with a group of people in my life.
I think that's great. I mean, that creates a village.
Now we have somebody who has a passport. Now somebody has a life insurance policy. Now someone has, closets that are workable, or
I just thought of this, that the poor that you will have with you always, Jesus said, and he said, do for them what you can. But that's not just poor in money. Sometimes
No.
we're just doing poorly. Sometimes
Yeah.
we feel poor.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a lack right now.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do for me?
Right.
What can I do for you?
Well, I would say lack of abundance.
Lack of abundance.
You know?
I feel empty at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Do for them what you can.
Yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful way to put it. That's not even saying that you've got to fix their problem. You can't.
With all of the violence and political violence and people, just all the disagreement and discord in the world.
Mhm. Discord is such a great way to put it, because it doesn't create, it's not
it doesn't
creating
make
music. It doesn't
No.
create music.
It is discordant.
It's
as
dissident.
shit. It's dissident.
Yeah, the world is dissident.
But it made me think of I don't know if here comes AI too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we've ever really figured out how to live as a world. I think we're all still living like we're villages, and maybe it's gotten even more insular than that.
Right.
Where people are cutting out family now and cutting out friends now.
I think what happens is, instead of living as a world, we create smaller and smaller and smaller villages. And this village, this is what we believe. And this village is this is what we believe.
I don't know if even inside villages, I think at some point they had figured out how to live in a village. You had the guy who fixed everybody's shoes. You had the guy who shoot all the horses. You had the guy who built the houses with his friends. You had the guys who farmed. You had the guys who livestock.
Absolutely.
And everybody could coexist with each other. And I know there were disagreements.
Sure.
But everybody was so dependent on everybody else for everything.
Right.
If you wanted milk, you didn't want to fall out with the dairy.
Right.
You can't be doing that.
Right. But
you can now.
But the thing about being in larger spaces, having a worldly mindset, the larger a city becomes, the more liberal it becomes, because you just meet more people and you become more open and you become, more diverse. Okay. That's just the way that it works. We saw a movie. It was on Shudder. And it's a movie I had heard about. This is I love horror movies. This is a really good horror movie. A lot of people are talking about it. Check it out. It ended up being an Australian horror movie. And boy, those Australians, man. Whew.
They're rough. I mean, if you live
in a messed up place, man.
Well, if you live in Australia and everything in the country is trying to kill you.
Yes.
You have a different sensibility.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. To me, it's kind of like the sensibility that the Japanese have. Like, after Hiroshima and Nagasaki, their version of destroying everything is
Godzilla.
Well, yeah, it's like Godzilla, or it's like, giant tentacle monsters, obliterating, entire population.
Level.
Yeah, exactly. It's like their version of, because of what they've gone through, is so much crazier and weirder than our version.
Our version is like, ooh.
It's like, oh yeah, a guy in a hockey mask.
Ghost.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
Right. So Dangerous Animals basically is about this guy who has a boat, and he's a serial killer, and he gets off on watching
sharks eat people.
Sharks, women. Yeah, mostly women.
Well, yeah, he wants them to eat women.
Yeah, he wants them to eat women. And chaos ensues.
Well, here's the thing.
I would say I really liked it. I thought it was.
No,
I thought
it was pretty good. But
it reminded me of like Wolf Creek. Kind of vibes a little bit.
Well, and you asked me if I liked it, and it just started to annoy me more and more. That the way that in horror, especially because you'll always have like the last girl.
The last girl.
Right? The last girl.
And the last girl is always the smart girl. She's the one that was smarter than everybody else.
Yeah, but you're only allowed to have one.
But see, by
all of the other girls have to be very dumb.
Listen, by definition, though, to be the last girl, you have to only have one.
Well, you are the smartest. It doesn't mean everybody else needs to be dumb to prove that you're smart.
Mm-hmm.
Because look, she was dumb. Okay, this girl, she was traveling the country on the wide open road alone.
She was an American in Australia traveling to surf.
Alone.
Yeah, she was like Bodie from Point Break.
She was, at night, she was standing with her back to a guy.
Right.
With a truck.
Right.
Well, mistake.
Right.
Get in your damn truck, wait for him to leave and do your shit. You're not going to stand out in an abandoned parking lot.
There's a lot. Okay,
there's a lot. One dude there
I understand
at
that.
dark.
I understand. There's a lot there. I understand. But people are not expecting predators at all times, at all moments of their life.
I disagree. If you're a woman, you are.
Mm-hmm.
We are taught that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We are taught to have our keys between our fingers.
Yeah, I know. That's
okay.
Horrible. Yes.
We are taught as on approach to a car to look under the car.
Right.
We are taught to park in light and close to the door. We are taught to get in our car as quickly as possible.
I understand.
Start the car. Look in the back seat.
Okay.
So we're taught all of this.
Okay. So she was dumb. She gets captured.
She gets thrown down into the.
Okay. So there are 2 metal beds.
Yeah. And there's already a girl down there.
And there's already a girl down there, and they're handcuffed. Right.
So she gets down there, and she's like,
and this other girl has already been there.
Has been there for days.
She's been there. She's going to be the next one that they're going to feed to the shark.
Pooping in a bucket.
Yeah.
You know, this
pooping in the bucket, girl. Yes.
And this girl gets down there, and she's like, "Okay, well, like, what's the situation? What's
going on? Do you have a bobby pin? Do you have something?" Because the smart girl is like, "Look, we need to get these handcuffs off."
This makes me so angry because that girl who's been down there for so long is just completely given up. She's completely resigned. She's dying. She's tried nothing.
Okay, I don't know if she's tried nothing.
Well, I do because
I don't know if she's tried nothing.
She's wearing an underwire.
Okay, that's the point. That's the point.
And she hasn't even taken the underwire out of her bra. She's not even taken an assessment.
So the smart girl goes, "Is that underwire?" And she goes, "Yes." And she takes her bra off and throws it to her. And the other girl is working on it. So your point was that in that 3 or 4 or 5 days or whatever the hell she was in there.
What was she trying?
I understand that, but not everybody is going to think of that.
I think everybody is going to feel the need to try and save themselves in some fashion.
I agree.
You know, that girl did not get down there and she was like, "I've already tried."
Right.
You can't get your wrist out of there. I've already tried.
Right.
You can't do that. I've already tried.
For her to get out of that was horrible. She had to bite her own thumb off.
Yeah.
Okay. Then she had to dislocate her hand, her wrist, and then pull it through. Which, anybody ever hear of degloving? Not good. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Yes. But what I did appreciate the fact is that there was this guy who she had slept with and they kind of had a connection. And then she disappeared and he was looking for her. And he really tried to save the day and did not and got captured himself. And I appreciate the fact that he was trying to be the hero, but that she ended up having to be the savior. She ended up having to, be the one at the end. Solid film. Solid, fun film.
No, it was fun. It was fun. That movie, Sacramento.
Yeah, that was just kind of flipping through. And I'd heard of it. It has Michael Cera in it.
Yeah. And that other kid.
This other guy who has been in a ton of stuff. This really felt like I'm a famous person, I know famous people movie.
Yeah.
I can get famous people into my movie, my directorial debut.
This one had another trope.
Oh, yes. The going somewhere to drop off my father's ashes.
Also, these man children.
Oh, my God.
They're really shitty dudes.
Yeah, Michael Cera and the other guy, whatever.
And somehow only attractive women like them.
Yes, this is true. There were she was married to Kristen Stewart, who's amazing and fantastic. Kristen Stewart.
She was?
No, Michael Cera was
Michael
married.
Cera was
Yeah,
married.
yeah,
Michael
pardon me.
Cera is married to
Kristen
Kristen
Stewart, who's pregnant.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, oh God, she don't like that guy. She thinks that guy is a joke. And he is.
And I think that was kind of the point of the movie.
No,
where these
but,
guys were like
if you
lame.
If you think that little, I mean, literally, she starts to like feel bad
Right.
and like get spotting as a pregnant woman.
Right.
And she goes to the hospital and does her shit, comes home.
Right.
He calls and then she tells him. And she says, because, I didn't tell you because, you're not good in these situations. Why are we with this guy? Why are we with him? It's very strange that the women who made very bad decisions about men in this film all had short bangs.
Really?
Yeah. Kristen Stewart has short bangs. And the girl who was good with the guy,
Right.
who said, you're a piece of crap, you're going to leave me.
Right.
Like you're not a hang around kind of guy. You're
Right.
a child.
Right.
She had a kid with him. He didn't know. He shows up all of a sudden. She's got short bangs.
She's got short
and she lets him back in her life.
Interesting.
It's like this, girls who chop off their bangs also pick bad dudes. They pick bad dudes.
So is there a cause and effect here? Do you pick a bad dude and then chop your bangs? Or do you chop your bangs and then pick a bad dude?
I don't know, but a lot of girls that I know that have very short bangs will make poor decisions with men.
The thing about, I feel like, this movie is they're saying that these are nice guys. These are, but they're just such a mess. But these women are like, I guess I got to fuck somebody. And they end up with them. It's really, really kind of sad and pathetic. It really is. Like, trust me, you would be better off with your dildo than the Michael Cera in this movie.
I think the two girls would have made a really good, strong couple.
Oh, they would have been great together. Yeah, that would have been a better movie. I lived in Sacramento for a while.
It's a hellhole.
There's no reason. There's no reason to be in Sacramento. There's not. It's everything.
Not like Sacramento.
It's everything about California
that sucks.
Sacramento. It really was like one of those indie movies. It felt like one of those like 90s, early 2000s. This is quirky, fun. Blah blah blah. But oh man. I was kind of insulted by how stupid the men and how lame the men were in this film. New York is diner central. I don't know if there's anywhere else I've ever been that has had the love of the diner the way that New York does.
One thing that's hysterical about you, specifically at a diner, because diners are known for their large plates.
Yes.
Okay. They really give you a lot of food.
Yes. They bring you a platter.
You will order something. And
it'll be like, yes.
My favorite thing is either the meatloaf or the turkey. Turkey and dressing.
I mean, you find the thing you like and that's all you get.
And that's what you get.
I don't see that. I don't agree with that. I don't respect that.
Well,
try something new.
Always good. It's always good.
I understand it's always good, but you're missing out on the opportunity for excellent. You're missing out on the opportunity for something transcendent in your life by always getting turkey and dressing.
You got this thing that was the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life.
What was it?
It was the chunks of chicken, the pineapple, and the white gravy all over it.
Yeah, I don't even know
what the hell
that was.
And it had raisins in it.
Yeah, I don't even know what the hell that was.
Oh my God, I don't even, I have no clue.
Yes, there are risks in life, babe.
The thing you do.
The thing I do.
Is you'll make your order and then it comes. It's on a giant plate.
Yes.
And it's just like, oh my God, that's so much food.
And it was great.
That's what you always say.
And
then I turn towards my plate and I take a couple of bites and I look back and yours is all gone.
That's not accurate.
Yours
that's
is
not
gone.
True. No, it's what? A couple of bites. Really? I'm fucking Cookie Monster.
You are. Like, no. It's like you lift the plate up and just like pour it in. I'm just like, wait, I thought this was too much food.
No, I've never Cookie Monstered in my life. No, there's this comedian that I like, and he talks about food. And he says, the way I measure quality of food is by weight.
I watched Personal Shopper.
Well, it's like a ghost story.
It is. And like she's a medium and her brother was a medium and who's a twin and he's died.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just kind of like her trying to make connection with him. But then,
but there's also sort of this class thing with this like rich woman and her.
But the rich woman gets killed.
Right. Yeah. It is. It's
very interesting.
It's a cool film. It's a cool I think one of the ways that you can, sometimes people are like, oh, I don't know what to watch. I don't know how to find things. Find an actor you like. We saw this movie called Animorph with Willem Dafoe.
Oh, right.
It was like on Tubi. And it was like one of those films that's like, never heard of this movie. Trying really hard to be 7.
Yeah.
Really, really hard. It was like I think it was like an early 2000s movie or something. Unbelievable.
It really wanted to be
design.
7. Yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, the kills, the way that they set it up, and the idea is that when you looked at the kill, it would create like this piece of art. The serial killer was creating art.
Right.
But Scott Speedman was, he's like very much known for doing television now, but I remember him from Underworld, which when I saw the first Underworld,
oh God, movie, he's like the main.
Yes,
the main kid
he's the one that she's trying to help and kind of falls in love with, and he's like a good-looking guy that's trying to be deep, in this movie in Animorph, and it just didn't. And I've never seen a movie that did not have an ending the way this movie did.
Do you remember that movie Hideaway with Jeremy Sisto?
Yes.
And Alicia Silverstone and Jeff Goldblum?
That was a Dean Koontz book. And I read the book.
Is Lawnmower Man Dean Koontz too?
No.
Who's that?
Well, okay. Lawnmower Man is based very, very, very loosely on a Stephen King short story.
Oh, okay.
But it has
nothing, the same vibe.
It has nothing to do.
It's like that technology horror vibe.
Yes, yeah. But Hideaway, don't watch Hideaway now because
it's not good.
The CGI in that is really truly unbelievably bad. It does not work. As a film, it's kind of a cool idea. Find your actor because the thing is that actor, like for example, Willem Dafoe, always does the interesting things.
Interesting stuff, yeah.
He's going to be in something, and the reason he's going to be in it is not necessarily that it's great. He's going to be in it because it's interesting. It's like weird. There's something quirky about it. Gary Oldman, Kristen Stewart, Willem Dafoe, go through their catalog, look at their IMDb, look up their movies if you've never seen them. And if you find someone that you love, that is a great way to watch movies.
Untamed Heart came on.
Yeah. Originally it was called Baboon Heart. That was the original name of that movie.
It's such a strange little movie.
It's such a strange movie. No, what's interesting about that movie is I feel like Christian Slater is playing like an autistic character before we really understood what autism was.
Yeah, sure. But he's like, this is the 80s and 90s versions of incels. But they were sweet and they were people to be discovered who had interesting lives or who had taste in certain things.
Well, Christian Slater kind of had that market, like in Pump Up the Volume. He was like the quiet, shy, afraid.
The guys who didn't have girlfriends.
Yeah. And then, he was, hard-hairy at night.
But if you get to know them, they're actually really cool.
Yes.
Like sweet boyfriends.
Yeah, but they're not sweet anymore. Imagine Pump Up the Volume, but he becomes alt-right.
Well, I think Happy Harry Hardon would be talking about much different topics now.
Exactly.
Because we were still in the shadow of the 60s.
Yes.
Growing up, we were in the shadow of that. We were fighting the consumerism
of
the 80s.
All of those other kids who were into Harry Hardon, and all of it was kind of like pre-goth mixed with a little bit of the 60s culture.
Right.
And another movie that we watched a little bit of that I hadn't seen in a long time was River's Edge.
Oh, wow.
And that's that same kind of thing.
Man, Crispin Glover in that movie is so insane.
He is chewing it up. He is so chewing the scenery in that movie. He
is so insane.
He is. And Dennis Hopper is like, he's like the grounding influence in that movie.
That movie is crazy.
It's such a great movie because that is all about sort of the desensitization.
Desensitization.
You got it. Desensitization of the American teenager.
Becoming desensitized.
Yes, just basically losing your soul, is really what that film is about. And that other actor, I can't think of his name. Actually, we know people who have worked with him, but he was like in Matlock and stuff like that. He's like the really bad kid.
The bad kid.
Yeah, he's the really bad kid in it.
Yeah.
He's the angry one.
Yeah.
The one who kills the girl.
Yeah. He's kind of like Of Mice and Men. He's kind of like that guy.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's like got Walking
He does a
Tall
great
vibes.
job. He does a great job. I think Keanu Reeves does a great job. Keanu Reeves
Ione
a lot
Skye.
of shit. Oh, Ione Skye. Yeah, it's a great movie. And it has really interesting visuals and River's Edge, but very much exploring that same idea. It's not a John Hughes version of the teenage experience.
Of the teenage experience,
Yeah.
right. And like I miss teenage films like that.
Mm-hmm.
My Own Private Idaho and the Drugstore Cowboy and like the dirty teenage movies.
Right.
Kids. I mean, like that
Whoa, that's really dirty teenage movie.
No, I mean, I remember being traumatized by that film.
Yeah.
I think I was older when
Harmony
that film
Korine,
came.
man.
Man, I was traumatized
Yeah.
by that shit. It scared the fuck out of me.
No, but I mean that movie really captured something.
A moment.
It did. It captured a moment, and it's not that moment is gone. It captures a moment that exists, a moment that people are living through. I think Harmony Korine does a great job of really shining a light. Once again, our deep, deep, deep love for Spring Breakers. Stupid people. Just a wonderful light on stupid people.
Yeah.
And not like hatefully.
But not in a hateful way.
No.
No.
This is what is important to them.
Right.
This is what they think. And if you think that it's society's fault that they think that's important, well, then you're now part of the storyline.
This is interesting to think about because in Albany, New York, they call it the Democratic machine. They still have a lot of problems.
You look around and you see the way that right
they
off
treat,
of downtown,
the way they treat
minorities, the way that the
poor,
the way they never get out of that situation,
the way that they don't put money there at all.
They will put all of the money into a certain area of town and on a certain street and none of the money over here.
Yeah.
And don't give people the things that they need to grow.
No, because bigotry isn't related to politics. It's a personal problem.
It is. It's so you can have just as many bigot Democrats as you do bigot Republicans. I will always believe, though, in progress, which is why I am a Democrat and why I am a progressive. I always believe in progress. But, it's an indictment. It's an indictment that this city that has been run, by Democratic policies this long still has this much shit going on. Melania says be best, but I say let's just try with be better.
Just maybe try to be a little better.
Just a little bit better.
Like yesterday, you and I had a fight. I handled something in a way that was very triggering for you.
It was very triggering
but
for me.
Once we kind of like both.
But your point was that was my trigger and I needed to work on it.
When you're made to feel stupid. But because it's a trigger for you, it may or may not be true.
Right.
what a person is saying or doing may or may not be true.
Was their intention to make you feel stupid?
Because you're sensitive to that in your trigger.
And that is, and that's the whole game right there, is putting intention on other people.
Yeah.
It's like, well, obviously this is what you were thinking.
Right. Well, if you're telling people what they're thinking,
people fight wars over intent.
You're screwed. In the midst of this, I was saying, well, like, let's both look at our triggers, because I certainly had a trigger in that situation of like feeling like I'm being told that I'm not doing enough.
Right. Well,
or doing it right.
Right.
Or something like that. Along those lines.
Yeah, right. You thought that I was, in kind of a backhand way, actually criticizing you.
Yeah, I felt like I was being criticized,
which was not my motivation.
No, and it was not my
intent.
It was not my intention to make you feel stupid.
There you go.
But this is both of our triggers at the same time happening. But we're both responsible to look at and trace those triggers.
Right.
It's not another person's job to fix that.
Another person can't make you feel any way.
I can't make you feel anything. You're feeling this.
Right.
And you can't make me feel inadequate.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
It's a feeling I'm creating.
It's true.
So like I took the time to say, like, let's both just like look at these triggers and realize these are our own.
These are our issues that we personally have to. And if we both work on our own triggers, then maybe next time we won't shoot each other. I love hearing from people who listen to the show. And even if you disagree with it, man, feel free to
I don't know anything.
No, well, that's not what it's about. It's not. We're not saying we know anything. This is just our perspective. I feel like there are people who just sit around and they listen to us to see if I can say desensitized.
You said desensitization.
See, I can't even say that.
It's hard not to get romantic about movies. Thanks for listening to Married to Movies.